Come out with your hands up and you will not be harmed. Repeat, you will not be harmed.
I think it's the use of the word repeat that makes this work every time.
I never saw the hand of God so clearly in all my born days.
So I've just come out of a screening of Red State, the new film by Kevin Smith. I'm going to be reviewing it in full on Radio 5, 2 till 4 with Simon Mayo this Friday. But you may know, if you're a regular here at the blog, there's a bit of history between Kevin Smith and critics in general. See, what happened, Kevin Smith's last film, Cop Out. Terrible film, got terrible reviews. Kevin Smith threw an awful hissy fit saying the press are out of touch, they're bullying my film. He compared it to a child being bullied in the playground. He said, I don't want anything more to do with critics. From now on, you want to see my film, you pay good money to review it. So when the film came out over here, I did indeed pay good money to go and see it in White City. It was a bunch of rubbish. Went to the radio, said it was a load of rubbish. That was the end of that. Now, along comes Red State, a completely different kettle of fish. A small, lower-budget, independently spirited movie, which Kevin Smith has actually got involved with the distribution himself. There was a bit of a fuss when he put it up for auction and then bought it himself. People thought it was a publicity stunt. But it seems to me that he's actually followed through on his promise to stay out of the mainstream. And you know what? Whether or not you think the film is good or bad, whether you think it has virtues or not, it is quite clearly a film by Kevin Smith, and that's the difference between it and Cop Out. See, one of the things that annoyed me the most about Cop Out was just how bland, boring, mainstream, and let's be honest about this, lazy it was. Watching Red State, whether you like it or not, I was reminded of all the things I was really excited about by Kevin Smith when he made Clerks, when he made Chasing Amy. It reminded me why it was that I first thought he was a filmmaker worth paying attention to. It reminded me why everyone had first got so excited about Kevin Smith. In fact, it made me all the more convinced that being angry about just how bad Cop Out was right. See, here's my question. Would Kevin Smith have made a film as distinctive, as individual, as adventurous as Red State, whatever its faults or its virtues? Would he have made a film that distinctive if he hadn't gone through the battle over Cop Out? See, critics always get this bad rap. They're just there to sneer. They're just there to snipe. They're just there to abuse from the sidelines. They don't have any creative process at all. Well, I'm not saying that critics are responsible in any way for any work by Kevin Smith, but I will say this. If you're one of the people who bought into Kevin Smith's argument about Cop Out is a great film and all these critics are just being mean, you're a fool. If you're one of the people who went soft on Cop Out, you're a fool. If you're one of the people who bought into the PR hype about Cop Out that somehow critics were out of touch with the mainstream, you're a fool. No. Cop Out was rubbish. I knew it, you knew it, and on the evidence of Red State, most importantly, Kevin Smith knew it. Welcome back, Kevin.
Welcome, family. Good evening. Good evening, Grandpa. I hate the wickedness of America. Rampant fornication, adultery, abortion, flagrant sexuality. Everywhere.
Will somebody please let me out of here?
And it's up to the righteous to curb the spread of this disease. You mind taking children out now? It's gonna get grown up in here.
Send the sinner straight to hell. Send the sinner straight to hell.
God doesn't love you. Unless you fear him.